The island feels different without my dad. When we came here for our 3 weeks every summer, just the two of us, we'd stay in the little fishing shack right down by the water, curling up in sleeping bags on musty blown-up air mattresses. Every night before we went to sleep, Dad and I would lie on our backs in the long, sweet grass beside the shack and watch the sky. And he'd point out the constellations. This summer was my mom's idea. I didn't want to come, but she said it would make me feel less lonely for Dad. "And you have a job to do there," she'd said with a stern look, as if I could ever forget what my dad had asked me to do. One evening, a platoon of soldiers arrived at a small village after a long hike. The next morning, being Sunday, several of the men went to church. A sergeant commanded the boys to kneel, and after the chaplain had read the prayer, the text was taken up next. Those who had prayer books took them out, but this one soldier had only a deck of cards, so he spread them out. The sergeant saw the cards and said, "Soldier, put away those cards." After the services were over, the soldier was brought before the provost marshal. The marshal said, "Sergeant, why have you brought this man here? And what do you have to say for yourself, son?" "Much, sir," replied the soldier. The marshal said, "I hope not. For if not, I will punish you quite severely." This is a tribute to the heroism, loyalty, and valor of our armed forces and their families. Author unknown. The night before the burial of her husband, 2nd Lieutenant James Cathy, United States Marine Corps, who'd been killed in Iraq, Catherine Cathy refused to leave the casket, instead asking to sleep next to his body one final time. The Marines made a bed for her, tucking in the sheets below the flag. Before she fell asleep, she opened her laptop computer and played songs that reminded her of Kat. One of the Marines asked if she wanted them to continue standing watch as she slept, or to retire to just outside the door. "I think it would be kind of nice if you kept doing it," she said. "I think that's what he would have wanted. I'm not sure what's more honorable, being married to this faithful wife to the end, or the Marine attentively standing next to the casket, watching over them both. Always remember, freedom is not free. It's paid for in blood, in honor of our armed forces."